I lost my fiance, but I'm not as upset as I think I should be.
Well, maybe this wasn't meant to be.
You know, crazy thing, I find myself thinking about Miranda more than I do Laura.
What?
Well, folks, Calvin is in for a rude awakening. So when he was over at CJ's house in this latest episode of House of Payne, he reveals that, he's been trying to get in contact with Miranda to see if she would take care of the boys for the day, because Ella mentions how, ever since he and Laura done broke up, Calvin's, trying to manage taking care of both boys by himself because of the fact that, he's used to having extra hands on deck. And as a result, he's been calling, his mama to watch the boys, but she made it clear, like, listen, one day out of the week, you name the day of the week and I'll take care of the boys. Those are your sons, so you got to take care of them. So now it's like Calvin is a bit overwhelmed, and it's kind of like the roles are reversed, because there were a lot of times where Miranda's like, oh, I got to show a house to somebody, or I got to do this, I got to do that. Calvin, can you take the boys? Miss Ella, can you take the boys for the day? And it just feels kind of odd for, Ella to be like one day of the week, because it seems like whenever Miranda asks, she would drop everything. But that's another subject. But in terms of Calvin going over to see where Miranda is, he mentions how, look, there's no luck because nowadays she's just really busy. Obviously, we know it's with this new dude as opposed to anything work related. But that's when Calvin talks to CJ when he asked about Laura, like, how are you doing after the breakup? And he mentions how, you know what, all things considered, I'm not really as hurt or about it as I thought I'd be. And truth be told, I've been thinking about Miranda more than I've been thinking about Laura. So basically, Calvin admits that, and thankfully CJ says what we were thinking, like, man, you confused as I don't know what. It's like 1 minute you're feeling this way, the next minute you're feeling that way. But yeah, so it seems that Calvin is low-key thinking about rekindling what he and Miranda had. But we know that is most likely not going to happen, at least not anytime soon, because this Javante character doesn't seem like he's just a one-off, appearance. Like, he's going to be in several episodes. So now the question is, how long will this dynamic last between he and Miranda, and how is Calvin going to feel about it? So it goes back to when he told CJ about how he still loves Miranda, even though he loves and is about to marry Laura, back when Junior overheard the conversation. So it makes you wonder what's going to happen now. And keep in mind, even before the breakup, he admitted to still loving Miranda and thinking about her, but now he's probably going to spiral when he finds out that Miranda's seeing someone else. So how do you think Calvin is going to deal with this? How do you think Miranda is going to deal with it? Because I feel like, if nothing else, she might throw in his face, well, how do you think I felt, Calvin, when I was trying to get back with you and you were with my former friend and coworker? So I'm out here getting mine. So don't be worried about me. It's like, I feel like we're going to go that route. Or it could just be a situation where Miranda is like having a Nikki Parker situation, where she hears what she's always wanted to hear from Calvin, despite the fact she's with somebody new. But I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, remember, CJ and Janine went through this whole thing when they were dating different people. Like, wasn't Janine dating Michael Jai White? I forgot the character's name, but wasn't Janine with Michael Jai White, and CJ was with Robin Givens, but then they eventually got back together? Yeah, something like that might happen too. So, also got to point out how Calvin did say he tried reaching out to Laura a bunch of times, but she pretty much told him to buzz off. So I wonder if due to that, he's also just been thinking about Miranda more. So like, me and Laura, doesn't look like we're going to work out. Wonder if I should run it back with Miranda. All right, well, with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.